Whether it is to create or destroy, energy is needed to set the world in motion. For the past 45 years, ConocoPhillips has been the front runner in the oil and gas market in Indonesia. However, due to the dwindling oil reserves, ConocoPhillips has fallen back in its production. After our analysis, we have determined key strategies to secure ConocoPhillips' future in Indonesia while providing a cleaner, more efficient energy to fuel the world.
Based on our detailed analysis of ConocoPhillips within Indonesia, we've identified four key opportunities that will potentially lead to future business continuity. One, we would like to see ConocoPhillips engage in more community service activities. Two, we will also like to see ConocoPhillips leverage its technological advancements in order to create a competitive arena among other international companies within Indonesia. Three, we would like to see ConocoPhillips expand through linear integration by utilizing its shares with Cornerstone, by infiltrating gas pipeline transportation. Four, we also recommend ConocoPhillips maintain its shares within the South Sumatra block by way of renewing its current licenses in order to continue business for the future. Referring back to the advancement of community service, this will enable ConocoPhillips to develop its corporate responsibility by engaging in relationship with the individuals of Indonesia.
Indonesia's oil and gas sector has been a major pillar of the country's economy, but with the decline of oil production and the increase of consumption, this has inadvertently caused Indonesia to become a major importer of crude oil to meet its growing demand. Indonesia's oil sector has the potential to slow and eventually reverse this trend if they adopt the strategic action ConocoPhillips is seeking to improve its future business continuity. ConocoPhillips' Corporate Responsibility Initiative to improve Indonesia's infrastructure will enable the transportation to and from untapped reserves more accessible in order to increase the country's output of oil. ConocoPhillips Infrastructure Initiative, along with the introduction of solar panels, is a plan to strategically enhance the relationship with the people, strengthening ties with the citizens despite the uncertainty of investment regulation will position ConocoPhillips to avoid future punitive treatments.
Conoco was founded in 1875 as the Continental Oil and Transportation Company to sell kerosene to pioneers in Utah. ConocoPhillips is an international energy corporation with its headquarters located in Houston, Texas. It is the fifth largest energy private sector corporation in the world, and it is one of the 6 major super vertically integrated oil companies. Its field stations are known under Phillips 66, Conoco, and 76 names. It was created through the merger of Conoco Incorporated and the Phillips Petroleum Company on August 30th, 2002. Headquarters are in Houston, Texas, in the United States, and offices are located worldwide. ConocoPhillips has had a presence in Indonesia for the past 45 years. The company currently operates 3 onshore blocks: the Corridor Block, the South Jammu B PSC, both in South Sumatra, and the Kuala Kuran PSC in Central Kalimantan. ConocoPhillips has a 35% interest in a consortium company, which has a 40% interest in PT Transportasi Gas Indonesia. PT Transportasi Gas Indonesia owns and operates the Gresik, Tidore, and Grisik to Singapore natural gas pipelines.
The competitive advantage of ConocoPhillips in Indonesia currently is the fact that ConocoPhillips, as a well-integrated oil company, has a very good chance of enlarging its investment in Indonesia right now. Joko Widodo, the current president, has removed the gas subsidies at the pumps so that all foreign international oil companies can have the same leverage of selling gas to the consumers in Indonesia. This is the time for ConocoPhillips to introduce Phillips 66 into the market. This is going to increase profits. This is going to expand and increase the stake that ConocoPhillips has in Indonesia. And it's going to be good for the numbers because ConocoPhillips is not just going to be able to sell gas. From there, it can introduce other materials in the oil degradation into the market. Moving forward in Indonesia, we see ConocoPhillips using its technological advancements to assist Indonesia in battling their electricity scarcity. ConocoPhillips can help with creation of solar panels to increase the connectivity of electricity as well as interconnect all the various islands in Indonesia. Also, ConocoPhillips, with technological advancement increasing every day and research, can look into how coal can be, explored cleanly to conform with the greenhouse requirements and use this, because coal is still the cheapest form of energy, to also create a leverage in helping Indonesia move forward in growth and advancement. So we see ConocoPhillips still having a good presence in Indonesia, making profits and expanding, using the increase in economic growth to also service the country and increase their own profits. We see that ConocoPhillips is really going to, it's going to make a very good number and follow soon with all other ConocoPhillips branches all over the world and increase the profit margin.
Based on our analysis and research, ConocoPhillips has faced some opportunity and challenges. First, I'm going to start with the opportunity that ConocoPhillips faced. First, increasing the total million barrel of oil production per day for the Asian Pacific. Second, Indonesia is a growing hub for natural gas and the expectation for more growth in the year to come. Third, ensure they are powering its consumer through education and investment. Fourth, Indonesia is increasing domestic demand for oil and desperate need to increase oil and gas exportation, leveraging its operating and technological expertise to maximize production in Indonesia. Fifth, the current President Widodo recently has stopped the gasoline sales subsidies, which was major obstacle preventing foreign companies from investment. Lastly, Shell and Total have gas pump open to the Indonesia public. ConocoPhillips can tap into it as well with Phillips 66 and partake in the benefits therein.
With the potential threats that were outlined thus far, the benefits from the opportunities will outweigh the risk. ConocoPhillips can be the first company to move the majority of production to alternative fuels other than oil and gas. With Indonesia being the 6th largest emitter of greenhouse gases, ConocoPhillips can be the company to decrease the emissions rate. This does not only benefit Indonesia, but this will have a lasting effect on the social capital built in the country as well as with future investors. Cutting back on emissions is something that will gain the company positive press across the globe. Playing off of the strengths of the company ConocoPhillips, we can use its reputation to leverage foreign investment. A company's reputation is a key factor in all major companies. Being able to build the trust of the people will lead to a more trusted brand in Indonesia. Having a good relationship with the country will provide better contracts within the country. Once other investors see their agreements made, this will lead to an increase in investors. With more resources available, this will give ConocoPhillips the opportunity to invest in a way to produce cleaner fuel in the region.
With the analysis that our team has provided, if ConocoPhillips chooses to use these recommendations, we believe that ConocoPhillips will be the front runner in the oil and gas industry in Indonesia. Right now, ConocoPhillips is improving its technology. However, we believe that needs to be a department that is fully funded. With technological advancements, there are chances that they will be able to not only produce at a more efficient rate, but also at a much cleaner rate for the environment. And this cleaner fuel that they will produce will be much more sustainable for the world. There are challenges that are laid in front of ConocoPhillips. However, the opportunities that face it, we believe, far outweigh the risk in order to achieve them. With ConocoPhillips choosing our recommendations, we know that the future will be much, much brighter.